My name's Rick Franklin. I'm running for District 4 City Council in McKinney, Texas. I have been a lifelong resident of McKinney. I've been there 55 years, so I've seen a lot of change. It's gone from 10,000 people up to almost 200,000. I've worked there since probably 35 years, since 1984. And I continue. I've been away from McKinney 2 times, one to go to school, and I went to Colorado for about 8 months. And I always get drawn back to McKinney. There's just a comfort level that I have here. I'm very passionate about my community. I've always been involved in my community. I serve on commissions, boards, charity organizations. One of the things that I like about campaigning, if there is one, is you get out and meet new people. You get out and meet the new people that are new to the community. You get to ask them why they moved here. And it always comes back to the same place. It's the people. It's the people in McKinney. It's they're caring, they're friendly. They just have something that attracts people to McKinney. Once people move to McKinney, it's kind of over. I mean, we just loved it here. We didn't want to leave. And so my passion is to serve my community. This is not just another step in doing that. And I just feel passionate about it.
All right, very good. We'll move on to your 3 questions now.
Okay.
And we're going to do the lightning round at the end with all together.
4 up there once.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Rick, what are the 3 most important functions of city government? Please rate them in priority and support your choices. Functions.
Functions. Well, the number one function is we set policy. And anybody that knows about the government, it's a city manager form of government. So the council is there really to set policy, even though we do a lot of other things. But I think that's our major goal, is to set policy and guidelines for the city manager. And then he takes it from there. That's one. The other function is, for me, is to provide the citizens of McKinney with a good quality of life. They deserve that. They moved here. They invested in McKinney. Everybody invested in McKinney in some way or form or function, through either helping other people, buying a house, owning land, helping people in the community. So I think it's important that they have a good quality of life. The other function is to provide a safe environment for our citizens. And that goes back to supporting public safety initiatives, making sure that our police and fire, first responders, all have the necessary resources to make McKinney a safe environment. I think it's important to have neighborhood watches, to get those people involved in our community. And I think those 3, that's pretty much my 3.
Okay. Should election dates be standardized? March for primaries, November for general elections, to maximize participation, etc.?
Absolutely.
Okay. So there wouldn't be May elections anymore. You'd hold them in November.
I don't know. I think you keep them. I think you keep the May date, as long as they're the same, because you need to get as many people out. I don't think that's going to determine how many people we get out. I think you've got to reach out to the community, get them involved, and somehow get them to the polls. I don't know that having an election, most of the people that don't show up never show up. So how do you get them to the polls? The big question is, how do you reach those people?
We
and
typically
get the
have
new
more
voters?
show up for a general election in November, so I guess
Yeah.
the thinking is that if we do May elections in November, you'll have more show up.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just.
Okay. If you're elected, what would need to be accomplished in order for your term to be considered a success?
I think making sure that we have a fully functioning government that we can afford, okay? Make sure that the citizens are taken care of, make sure we got good public safety, and make sure that, because I'm all about meaningful tax reform, okay? I think it's important. Right now, we're paying a lot of property taxes. There needs to be reform on the property tax somehow, some way. So I'm in support of meaningful tax relief.
Okay, that's your 3 questions.
Okay.
And
1 minute sum up the end.
1 minute wrap up.
I would just like to follow up and, you know, I'm very passionate about helping my community. I feel like the experience that I've got working in government and being on boards and commissions and gives me the knowledge to help the council make tough decisions. I always consider myself a problem solver. I like challenges. I think in the next 4 years, we're going to have a lot of challenges, not just on the community level, but at the state and the national level. But I want to help on the community level. I want to be able to come to this council, bring my knowledge and experience, and help make important decisions.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay.